Both the training and the response of the specific immune system requires something called antigen presentation. Antigen presentation takes place using what's called an MHC2, or a major histocompatibility complex 2 protein that's found in the membranes only of antigen presenting cells. Now, what are antigen presenting cells? Because we haven't mentioned those before. Antigen presenting cells are not a particular cell type, but instead are cells that have a particular function. So macrophages are antigen presenting cells, dendritic cells, B cells. There are lots of different cell types that can do this, but only those cell types have an MHC2. Now, you may have forgotten already what an MHC1 is, so let's look at the difference. All nucleated cells in our bodies have what's called an MHC1 complex, and this serves as the cell's ID. And if you'll recall, the MHC1 will display fragments of antigens from inside the cell on it so that the natural killer cells can check and make sure that everything's okay on the inside, not just that they have the correct ID. So MHC1 always displays self. MHC2 in an antigen presenting cell acts more like a wanted poster. So MHC2s typically display fragments of pathogens or foreign antigens. All right, so they display foreign. There's one exception to this that we'll talk about in the next video. But they display foreign antigens, and then the lymphocytes of the specific immune system will either recognize that antigen or not. So here, the receptor does not match the antigen. This one does not match the shape of that antigen, but this one does match the shape of that antigen. And as soon as this lymphocyte sees that antigen in an MHC2, it has to be in the MHC2, it basically says to itself, I recognize that antigen, let's go to war.